Tarzan was initially presented to readers of the All Story magazine in a 1912 edition by Edgar Rice Burroughs. But soon after its success in print, Hollywood thought this well-known fictional figure deserved to be adapted for the big screen. With the many Tarzan films over the years, many excellent performers have donned the loincloth. So, join Factsverse as we identify the talents who brought the ape-man to life. Elmo Lincoln. Massive, stout, and barrel-chested Lincoln was the first actor to portray Tarzan in the first movie adaptation, The Jungle Man, released in 1918. He played Tarzan again in The Romance of Tarzan and The Adventures of Tarzan. While Lincoln eventually became the first actor to play Tarzan, Edgar Rice Burroughs initially disapproved of the casting. Rice wanted Stellan Windrow for the role, but Windrow had already quit acting at the outset of World War I, leaving the role available for Lincoln. He passed away at age 63 after suffering a heart attack in 1953. Frank Merrill. Before becoming an actor, Merrill was a police officer and award-winning gymnast. He was the title character in the sequel 1928's Tarzan the Mighty, after helping out Elmo Lincoln with his stunts in The Adventures of Tarzan. Like Lincoln, Merrill replaced actor stuntman Joe Bonomo, who was originally tapped to wear the loincloth in Tarzan the Mighty. Johnny Weissmuller. Weissmuller, like Frank Merrill, was an athlete, and this served him well preparing for the role. Weissmuller was a world-class swimmer in the 1920s, winning 6 Olympic medals for the U.S. As a result of his prowess, he gained considerable fame. But it wasn't until 1932, when he signed on to star in Tarzan the Ape Man, that Weissmuller's acting career got off the ground. He played Tarzan in over 10 films, beginning with Tarzan the Ape Man in 1932 and ending with Tarzan and the Mermaids in 1948. In 1984, at age 79, Weissmuller passed away from pulmonary edema. Herman Brix. Herman Brix, who won silver in the shot put in the 1928 Olympics, is another Olympian who played Tarzan. By 1929, he had made his way to Hollywood, where Douglas Fairbanks Jr. organized a screen test for him at Paramount. Unfortunately, while filming for the movie Touchdown, Brix tore his shoulder. This was a major setback, as he'd been promised the role of Tarzan in a new MGM film. As a result of this injury, Johnny Weissmuller was cast for the part. But Brix was given yet another opportunity to play Tarzan. He played Tarzan in the 1935 film The New Adventures of Tarzan, produced by Burroughs Tarzan, Inc. The movie received praise for being a more accurate representation of the novel than earlier versions. In 1938, he starred as Tarzan for the second time in Tarzan and the Green Goddess. Following his contract at Columbia Studios, Brix legally changed his name to Bruce Bennett. In 2007, at age 100, he passed away. Lex Barker. Before entering into the acting business, Lex Barker was employed in the steel industry. He began his career with a brief role in the 1945 picture Dollface. Then he appeared in a series of supporting roles before landing the role of Tarzan in Tarzan's Magic Fountain in 1949. Before stepping down from the role, the iconic actor played the jungle dweller in 4 additional films. After Tarzan, Barker found his greatest success in international cinema. He was a leading man in comedies and war films. Barker passed away from a heart attack while on a stroll in 1973, 3 days before he would have been 54. Gordon Scott. Scott was discovered by a talent scout while working as a lifeguard at a Las Vegas hotel, which led to his breakthrough role as Tarzan. He had a sit-down with producer Cy Weintraub and eventually agreed to a 7-year deal. Scott took over the role of the swaggering ape man from Lex Barker and filmed 6 Tarzan movies. As far as Tarzans go, many people think Gordon is the best. After Scott abandoned the role, he relocated to Italy, where he became a successful action star through his work in sword and sorcery films. Unfortunately, setbacks from heart surgery led to his untimely death in Baltimore in 2007. Before we tell you more, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to Factsverse if you haven't already. Jock Mahoney. In 1948, Jock Mahoney tried to take over for Johnny Weissmuller as Tarzan, but the part ultimately went to Lex Barker. But after 14 years, he was finally cast as the Ape Man after producer Cy Weintraub decided he wanted a fresh take on the character. He starred in Tarzan Goes to India and in 1963's Tarzan's 3 Challenges. Mahoney's health declined as a result of his time spent in the movies, which is understandable given the demanding nature of the character and the fact that he was already 44 when he landed it. After his last role as Tarzan in 1963, he was let go of his contract. Mike Henry. Before taking on the role of Tarzan, Henry was a linebacker for the Rams and the Steelers. He played the title role in 3 Tarzan movies in the 60s, Tarzan and the Valley of Gold, Tarzan and the Great River, and Tarzan and the Jungle Boy. Henry later filed a lawsuit against the film's producer, Cy Weintraub, claiming his health and safety were compromised by the studio's deplorable working conditions. He was even approached to play Tarzan on the TV show, but declined. Later, he appeared in films including Smokey and the Bandit, The Longest Yard, and Soylent Green. Ron Ely. Ely became the new face of Tarzan when it was adapted into a TV series by NBC in 1966. His version of Tarzan was civilized and lived among men, but he eventually went back to the jungle because he missed his true essence. The show did not include Jane, Tarzan's stereotypical female companion. Back in those days, accidents on set were quite common, but Ely seemed to suffer more than others. He did all of his own stunts with no prior experience and wound up with broken ribs, a dislocated shoulder, and sprained wrists as a result. He was also bitten by a lion on set. Miles O'Keefe. Miles O'Keefe graduated from college with a degree in political science and psychology. After completing school, he entered the Tennessee prison system as a counselor and remained there for years before deciding to pursue acting. He got his big break in the 1981 film Tarzan the Ape Man, in which he starred alongside Bo Derek as Jane. His co-star Bo and her then-husband John Derek directed and produced the film. Though it received negative reviews from most, it's by no means the worst Tarzan film. O'Keefe relocated to Europe, where he starred in films like Ator, The Fighting Eagle, and Iron Warrior. Christopher Lambert. Born in New York, Christopher Lambert was raised in Switzerland and Paris. His breakthrough appearance in Tarzan, alongside Andy McDowell's Jane, was in Greystoke, The Legend of Tarzan, Lord of the Apes. It propelled him to international stardom. His adaptation stayed true to the character of Tarzan, and it was praised by critics. It was also the first Tarzan film to ever receive an Oscar nomination. But Lambert's role as Connor McLeod in the 1986 film Highlander, a role he played in all 3 sequels, remains his most successful film. Wolf Larson. After relocating from Canada to Los Angeles in 1985, Wolf Larson was scouted by an agent who suggested he enroll in acting school. Larson started playing Tarzan on TV in 1991. The series aired its final episode in 1994 and ran for 75 episodes. Larson continued to act after his time on Tarzan, appearing on shows like Simon & Simon and Dynasty, as well as the evening soap Santa Barbara. Travis Fimmel. Australian actor Travis Fimmel first gained recognition as a Calvin Klein underwear model. The former model played the Ape Man in a 2003 series on WB, which was a modern adaptation of Tarzan filmed in New York. But the show didn't gain traction and was canceled after only 8 episodes. Fimmel later portrayed Ragnar Lothbrok in the History Channel series Vikings in 2013. Alexander Skarsgard. At age 7, Skarsgard got his start in the industry when a friend of his father's cast him in the film Ake and His World. As a young teen, he shot to fame after acting in the Swedish TV drama The Dog That Smiled. After 18 months in the Swedish Armed Forces, he went back to acting. He then made appearances in movies like the 2001 film Zoolander, the 2007 TV movie Generation Kill, and the series True Blood on HBO. In the 2016 movie The Legend of Tarzan, he played the title role of Tarzan/John Clayton III, Lord Greystoke. Now it's time to hear from you. Who is your favorite Tarzan actor ever? Let us know in the comment section below.